Why do so many of us, good people who eat right, stay active, and follow the rules, still not make it past 85? It's not always the big stuff. Not a heart attack, not a sudden illness. More often, it's something quieter. A little less movement each day, a night of poor sleep that turns into weeks, a sense of purpose that quietly slips away. And before we know it, the body starts to slow, not because it's broken, but because it's not being asked to keep going. But here's the truth. Getting older doesn't mean disappearing. It can mean waking up to what matters most. It can mean living deeper, with more wisdom, more peace, and even more joy. In this video, we're going to talk heart to heart about 6 simple choices that could help you live not just longer, but stronger, well into your 80s and beyond. These aren't just tips, they're reminders. Gentle, powerful, and rooted in both science and the quiet truth that older adults know better than anyone. It's the little things, done with care, that keep us going. So take a deep breath. This is your time. And it's not too late to change the ending. Let's begin. Number 1. The slow disappearance caused by inactivity. It doesn't start with a fall. It starts with a skipped walk. A rainy day turns into a week on the couch, and that chair, it starts feeling a little too comfortable. Then, without even realizing it, your body begins to forget how to move. Muscles slowly soften, joints begin to stiffen. Your balance isn't what it used to be. And the truth is, you're not just slowing down, you're shrinking the space your life can fill. Let me tell you about Harold. He's 74, lives in Colorado. After he retired, he figured he earned a little rest. He stopped his morning walks, started spending more time inside, watching TV. Nothing dramatic at first, just more stillness. But by the time he turned 76, going upstairs felt like climbing a mountain. Then, one day, he fell. It scared him. It scared his family. But that wasn't the end of the story. Harold didn't go back to running marathons. He didn't join a gym. He did something much simpler and much smarter. He started standing up once every hour. He took short walks around the block, did light stretching in the morning, just enough to wake his body up. And over time, his strength began to return. So did his confidence. And with that, his independence. You see, the goal at our age isn't to train like an athlete. It's to remind your body every single day, I still need you. Even just 10 minutes of movement, a walk to the mailbox, marching your feet while brushing your teeth, a few stretches while the coffee brews. They all send a powerful message. I'm still in this. I'm not done yet. Because once we stop moving, everything else, our mood, our memory, our balance, starts slipping too. But when we keep moving, even gently, we're not just keeping our bodies alive. We're telling life we're still here, fully, truly, and proudly. Number 2. The quiet breakdown caused by poor sleep. Let's talk about something that doesn't get nearly enough attention. Your sleep. Now, most people think of sleep as just rest. But truth is, it's more than that. Sleep is repair. It's when your brain files memories, your heart slows down and recovers, and your immune system gears up to protect you. But when your sleep gets interrupted, night after night, your body slowly starts to break down. Not all at once, but quietly, gently, until one day you feel like a stranger in your own skin. Waking up 2, 3, even 4 times a night? Many older adults think it's just part of aging. That's just how it is, they say. But here's what your brain says. I didn't get what I needed. Because every interruption, no matter how small, steals away the deep, healing sleep that keeps your mind sharp and your body strong. Let me share Margaret's story. She's 76, from Oregon. For months, maybe even years, she felt off. Low energy, foggy thinking, anxiety she couldn't explain. Even her blood sugar was rising. Turns out Margaret had mild sleep apnea. a condition that caused tiny pauses in her breathing while she slept. She didn't even know it was happening. But once she got help, things changed. She cooled down her bedroom, turned off screens an hour before bed, did a little gentle stretching in the evening, and used a light sleep aid as recommended by her doctor. Within just a few weeks, Margaret felt like herself again. More energy, clearer thinking, brighter mornings. You see, sleep is your overnight doctor. It heals you when nothing else can. And if something's waking you up, pain, snoring, bathroom trips, stress, please don't ignore it. That's not just getting older. That's your body asking for help. And here's the comforting part. Most sleep issues can be improved, often with small changes that add up. So tonight, give your body the peace it deserves. Turn down the lights. Let your room be cool and quiet. Take a deep breath and remind yourself, healing happens at night. Let it. Because good sleep doesn't just make for a better tomorrow, it gives you more tomorrows to enjoy. Number 3. The hidden weight of chronic loneliness. Let's talk about something many people feel, but few want to admit: loneliness. Now, loneliness doesn't always mean being alone. Sometimes you're surrounded by people, but you still feel invisible, unseen, unheard. And that kind of loneliness, it's not just emotional, it's physical, because the body responds to loneliness the same way it responds to danger. Studies have shown that chronic loneliness increases your risk of early death as much as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. It raises inflammation, disrupts your sleep, accelerates memory loss, and weakens the immune system, quietly, steadily, over time. But here's the hard part. Loneliness often sneaks in. It doesn't arrive with a big announcement. It shows up after a spouse passes, when friends move away, when your calendar slowly starts to empty. Let me tell you about Walter. He's 81, from Michigan. For years, he was active in a local veterans group, laughing, leading, staying busy. But after a surgery, he started pulling back. At first, it was just recovery. Then, it became a habit. Days got quieter, then weeks, then months, until one day his only real conversation was with the grocery store cashier. His doctor noticed the signs: low energy, mood changes, mild depression, and gently suggested something simple: try a community walking group. Walter was hesitant, but he went. That one walk led to another. And now, twice a week, he's surrounded by conversation and laughter again. It didn't take much, but it made all the difference. You see, connection doesn't have to be loud. It doesn't have to be a crowd. Sometimes it's just a warm voice on the phone, a neighbor dropping by for coffee, a friendly face at the senior center. Because when you connect, even briefly, your body feels it. Your heart rate steadies, your blood pressure lowers, your mood lifts, and life starts to feel a little more like it used to. So if you've been pulling away, if it's felt easier to stay quiet than to reach out, I get it. But please remember, the people who live the longest aren't the ones who retreat. They're the ones who keep showing up. Imperfectly. Honestly. Heart first. Your presence matters. To others and to your own health. So today, maybe make that call. Or take that walk, or smile first. The heart knows when it's not alone, and it never forgets how good that feels. Number 4. The subtle damage of nutrient-poor diets. As we get older, something interesting happens. Our appetite may shrink, but our need for nutrients, it actually grows. The body becomes a little less efficient at absorbing what it needs, which means what we eat matters more than ever. And here's the quiet danger. Many older adults don't eat poorly on purpose. They eat what's easy, what's soft, what's convenient: toast and tea, a bowl of cereal, maybe some crackers or a frozen meal. It fills the belly, but slowly starves the body, especially the parts that keep us sharp, strong, and stable. Let me share Ethel's story. She's 79, living in New Jersey. For months, she felt off. more tired than usual, a little forgetful, losing interest in things she once loved. She chalked it up to aging. But after a routine checkup, her doctor ran a few blood tests, and the results were clear. She was low in vitamin B12 and vitamin D, two nutrients essential for brain health, mood, energy, and immunity. With just a few changes, a daily supplement, a better breakfast, and a little more time in the sun, Ethel felt like herself again. And that's the thing about nutrient deficiencies. They don't shout. They whisper. A little more tired, a little more unsteady on your feet, a fogginess you can't quite explain. But food, real food, is one of the few things we do every day that directly shapes our future. Leafy greens, berries, fatty fish like salmon, nuts and seeds, beans, lentils, and even a spoonful of yogurt. These aren't fancy. They're healing. They fight inflammation. They protect your heart. They keep your brain alert. And the best part? Even small upgrades make a big difference. Swap white bread for whole grain. Add spinach to your eggs. Choose an apple instead of cookies just once a day. Not because you have to be perfect, but because your body deserves better fuel for this stage of life. Every bite you take is a message to your future. Make it a kind one, because the right food doesn't just fill you, it helps you stay here, strong and clear, for the years still ahead. Number 5. The hidden dangers of overmedication. Let's talk about something that often starts with good intentions, but can quietly go too far. Medication. As we age, the list of prescriptions tends to grow, one for blood pressure, another for cholesterol, something for sleep, a pill for pain. And before you know it, you're taking 8, 10, maybe even 12 pills a day. It happens more than you might think. And it has a name: polypharmacy. It simply means taking multiple medications at once, often prescribed by different doctors, at different times, for different reasons. Now, each medication may make sense on its own, but together, they can interact in ways your body can't keep up with. Side effects build on each other. Memory gets fuzzy, balance starts to wobble, and you begin treating symptoms that might actually be caused by the pills themselves. Let me tell you about Leonard. He's 82, from Florida. His daughter noticed he was becoming forgetful, unsteady on his feet, not quite himself. So she took a closer look. Leonard was on 12 different medications. They sat down with a new doctor and a clinical pharmacist, did a full review, went through every bottle, prescription, over-the-counter, even supplements. Turns out, several of the medications were no longer needed. Some were duplicating effects. Others were for side effects of side effects. After simplifying his regimen, something amazing happened. Leonard's balance improved. His mind felt clearer, and perhaps most importantly, he smiled more. Now, this doesn't mean all medication is bad. Far from it. Some are life-saving. But here's the key. Every pill should have a purpose. And if your body has changed, if the need is no longer there, then that pill may be doing more harm than good. That's why it's so important to do a full medication review at least once a year. Bring everything. Prescriptions, vitamins, over-the-counter meds. Let your doctor or pharmacist see the full picture. Because sometimes it's not about taking less, it's about taking only what truly helps. Less isn't always better, but smarter? Smarter always is. And your health, your clarity, your balance, your joy deserves that kind of care. Number 6. The invisible threat of losing purpose. Let me ask you something gentle but important. When was the last time you woke up excited for the day ahead? Not just out of habit, but with a reason. A feeling that something or someone is waiting for you. Because here's what we know. The body listens to the heart. And when the heart stops having something to wake up for, the body starts slowing down too. At first it's subtle. You stop planning ahead. You lose track of the days. You find yourself asking, what's the point? Without even saying it out loud. But it's not about sadness. It's about drift. And over time, that quiet drifting takes a toll on your energy, your mood, even your immune system. Let me tell you about Dorothy. She's 78 from North Carolina. After her husband passed, the silence in her home became almost too loud. She wasn't sick, but something inside had gone quiet. She told me, I didn't feel like anything was mine anymore. Then, one day, she passed a flyer at the library asking for reading volunteers. She hesitated, but signed up. 2 months later, she had students. Then she had friends. Her appetite returned, so did her laughter, and most of all, she felt alive again. You see, purpose doesn't have to be big. You don't need to start a charity or travel the world. It can be as small as watering the plants you love, calling someone who needs your voice, sharing your wisdom with a grandchild, helping a neighbor get their groceries, showing up for a friend who's still finding their way. Purpose is about having a role, something that says, I still matter, I'm still needed, I still belong. And science backs it up. Older adults with a strong sense of purpose live longer. They suffer less from chronic illness, and they bounce back faster from health setbacks. Why? Because when you have something to live for, you give your body a reason to keep going. So if you've been feeling stuck or drifting or unsure of what's next, that's okay. But don't give up on purpose. It doesn't have to be loud. It just has to be yours. And the moment you reconnect with it, any age, you'll feel it. Your energy lifts, your spirit wakes up, and your whole body responds. Because purpose isn't just a feeling, it's a force. And it may be the very thing that carries you toward a longer, richer life. So what touched your heart today? Was it the quiet pull of stillness? The longing for deeper connection? Or maybe just the simple reminder that you still matter, more than ever? Growing older isn't an ending, it's an unfolding. A time to slow down, yes, but also to wake up to what truly matters. You are not powerless. You hold years of wisdom, resilience, and quiet strength. And with that comes the power to choose, one small step at a time. Take a short walk, call someone you love. Add something nourishing to your plate. Because the life you want at 85 starts with the gentle choices you make today. And remember, those who live the longest aren't always the strongest. They're the ones who stay curious, stay connected, and keep moving forward, heart first. If something in this video spoke to you, share it below. What will you carry with you today? And if you haven't yet, please like, comment, and subscribe. It helps us keep creating meaningful content for you and for those you love. We're honored to walk this journey with you, one golden step at a time.